Aries. Ram, in astronomy, zodiacal constellation in the northern sky lying between Pisces and Taurus, at about 3 hours right ascension and north declination. Aries contains no very bright stars, the brightest star, Hamel, Arabic for sheep, has a magnitude of 2.0. The first point of Aries or vernal equinox is an intersection of the celestial equator with the apparent annual pathway of the Sun and the point in the sky from which celestial longitude and right ascension are measured. The vernal equinox no longer lies in Aries, but has been moved into Pisces by the precession of the equinoxes. In astrology, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, considered as governing the period from about March 21 to about April 19. Its representation as a ram is identified with the Egyptian god Ammon, and in Greek mythology, with the ram with the golden fleece, on the back of which Phrixus, the son of King Athamas, safely fled Thessaly to Colchis, where he sacrificed the ram to Zeus, who placed it in the heavens as the constellation. The ram's golden fleece was recovered by Jason, leader of the Argonauts. Vernal equinox, 2 moments in the year when the sun is exactly above the equator and day and night are of equal length. Also, either of the 2 points in the sky where the ecliptic, the sun's annual pathway, and the celestial equator intersect. In the northern hemisphere, the vernal equinox falls about March 20 or 21, as the sun crosses the celestial equator going north. In the southern hemisphere, the equinox occurs on September 22 or 23, when the sun moves south across the celestial equator. According to the astronomical definition of the seasons, the vernal equinox also marks the beginning of spring, which lasts until the summer solstice, June 20 or 21 in the northern hemisphere, December 21 or 22 in the southern hemisphere. Zodiac in astronomy and astrology, a belt around the heavens extending 9 on either side of the ecliptic, the plane of Earth's orbit, and of the Sun's apparent annual path. The orbits of the Moon and of the principal planets also lie entirely within the zodiac. The 12 astrological signs of the zodiac are each considered to occupy 1/12 of its great circle. These signs no longer correspond to the astronomical constellations in which the sun actually appears. The constellations are irregular in size and shape, and the sun regularly passes through one constellation, Ophiuchus, that is not considered a member of the zodiac. Because most of the constellations through which the ecliptic passes represent animals, the ancient Greeks called it zone zodiakos kyklos, circle of animals, or tazodia, the little animals. The size and number of zodiacal constellations varied in antiquity and became fixed only with the development of mathematical astronomy. The list below gives the constellations of the zodiac, with the dates of the sun's passage through them in the era when their boundaries were fixed. These dates are still used for the astrological signs, though precession of the equinoxes has shifted the constellations eastward. On January 1, the direction of the sun is now in Sagittarius instead of Capricornus. The history of the symbols is unknown. They seem to appear first in Greek manuscripts of the late Middle Ages.